Alright guys, it's me again. It's Wednesday. I started this project Friday afternoon to change over from a van to a box van, and it's been a fiasco. For those of you guys that are out there thinking about going box van, make sure that you check your fuel tank and what your tap-in line to your fuel tank is. That's been my biggest delay. Finally had to go to a car mechanic and have him tap into the fuel tank. I went through 3 different fuel kits and none of the fuel kits work. So, note to self, before you start a project, check all your resources and check all your equipment to make sure it coincides what you had to what you're putting in. Next, let's take a look at how things are going, and I'll walk you around the van and see what's what. So, starting off, I finally got my Prochem Legend in here. I'm just going to do an oil change and belt check. It looks a little bit rough. It's a 10-year-old model. She still runs great. And for right now, until I get this project done, get some more money back in my pocket, I'm going to hold off on getting a new unit. That's on the way. I took some hints from Rob Allen and finally got a hydro well and plumbed it all myself. I'll show you my plumbing later, but I'm just filling it up right now, testing everything, making sure she's good. Plumb that out. You're going to see that I got the flow jet, low pressure pump that doesn't require anything. Put the filter on the inside, that way it catches everything before it goes through the filter, and my on-off switch. Over in this corner, I'm going to stack bonnets in my bucket, and that's for my bonnet cleaning. I've got different things in there, some dry pads and stuff, and maybe I'll get 2 more of those buckets. And right now I just got the upholstery tool right there, nice and easy to grab at. I was lucky enough to get a friend to make a Lexan shelf after seeing that from Rob Allen, and I've gone ahead and put all my chemicals up top. I'm waiting for a chemical order to come through with Rob Allen, Truck Mount Forms. He's real nice on getting me set up there. I had to tap into the floor to go ahead and put my fuel tap through, and we'll talk about that in a couple minutes. Got a nice little walkway here, so that way I can stack some fans and stuff behind the unit. I also put my power stretcher and my stretching tools right there. I might switch the box over to the other side just depending on how things look. But that's a good area to stack some fans in case I get a water damage, items like that. Took my Craftsman and I mounted it to the wall. That wall's pretty sturdy, but I bolted it in both sides, so she's real good. Up here we're going to have miscellaneous. I haven't cleaned anything out yet. I've just been really pushing the envelope trying to get this van back on the road. I missed a couple days of work and the missus was not happy, but I'll go through and reorganize and get all that in there. I strapped my corner guards around the bottom just because I couldn't find any other place for them. From here I have my drainage lines. First I took some old vacuum tubing and I just made a nice blue line there, and like I said, just put a snout on that, and that reaches right to the door, and that'll be nice. My second one, same thing. I just took some garden hose, actually some pool hose, and I overwrapped. I did overwrap on all my piping. The original tubing, you'll see real close. Not too happy about that corner, but it should work. Got my pump out, and that's going to lead all the way down the wall there, and I'll show you that right now. So my pump out's going to come right to the end here. I'll be able to tap in my garden hose and run that outside the back. Things are a little bit iffy here still. Got my Rokan reel, and I've had that. The only thing is, for some reason, I don't know if she shorted out, but I went and got it all set up, and she's dead on me. So I tried all the electrical problems. The only thing I can figure, it's in the motor itself, and I'm gonna have to contact Rokan tomorrow or whenever I get a break. So I got my water line, my solution line. It's a little bit high, but you know, I'm a short guy. I can sort of stand here and roll in. I've got to figure out how to do my wand here, and that will take some time. The bucket's just full of stuff because I'm still trying to get some things done here. Just trying to do my yardsticks, get them attached somewhere. I'm just not too sure where they're going to attach to right now. The fan usually sits to the side, but I took that advice, so what Rob Allen did, and put some eye bolts into the floor to hold on to my vacuum. And then I had the HydroMaster automatically there, so that's all nice and locked in. Up above I put my racks for my rakes and everything, and then I added some hooks because I do anything, my tile and grout and all that. The only thing is I have to put in my tile and grout tool, and I'll use this space over here to do that. Beside that, let's jump down and take a look. Put my foam blocks, plastic tabs, my storage there. So far so good. It's looking. This is where my real trouble came into, and we'll go up underneath the van for a little bit and see what's what. So right off the bat, I plumbed everything underneath the van, from the fuel to wiring to even my solution line, just to get it out of the way and stuff, not have it run everywhere. So the black line is my fuel line, my red line is my water inlet, my blue line is going to be my solution line back. So that's where I'm with that. Let me slide back around. Don't worry about the water on the floor. That's just coming from my garden hose hookup. Now, here's a fuel filter, but this is the fuel. This fuel tube right here is expensive. Well, this is the problem. It goes from a thick down like 1.5 inches, then it narrows out to 1 inch, and it stays at that inch. Well, most of the tap-ins where you cut and feed in, they don't make one small enough for this. So I had to go to a car mechanic, and luckily I had a vent port. I don't know if I can get to it, but the vent port was not a vent port at all, it was an auxiliary. So he actually extended the tube down and in, so that way I had enough, and then he went ahead and we tapped that in and she's up and running. So with all that being said, it's been an adventure. It's still a work in progress. I'm working on some things. I just got my hose in the lime green and my cool cups, so I'm going to put them together. And that came from Joe Brees. I'd like to give him a shout out and say thanks, Joe. You know, this is going to be real nice. The lime green is going to match into the lime green of the van. And like I said, it should be nice and appeasing to all the ladies. I didn't have time to go and wrap everything like Rob did, but I found some cool, this is just like wire cover, so it worked out pretty good. Nice piece there, and then I also did it to my back hoses, and I'll show you where I did that over there. I did it on the inlet hose because the only thing they sold was the red, and like I said, so I've been wrapping everything in that. Got a little bit more left to do. Still not too sure about the front of the machine. Hold on, let me walk around. So off that flow jet pump, I'm gonna try this to see if this works. I don't know if I can tap in right here and let that run. I don't know if there'll be enough pressure. If there isn't, I'll have to figure it out, but tonight is a dry run of everything to see how we're doing. So let me get in here, change out the oil, and get some things done, and I'll be back in touch. Alright guys, hope this helps out. Truck mount forms for life. Alrighty, later.